Thank you, Rob. Hey, Anthony, how you doing, man?
I'm
Hey,
doing good. How are you doing?
good, man. Thanks. Hey, I know you're not a track guy, but you are a track expert. I was wondering what you thought of DK Metcalf's performance last week.
I think it was a very good performance from him, especially him being around like 6'3", 6'4",
Yeah.
230, being able to run a 10-3, and even for the first 50 meters, just keeping up with them. That's just very impressive to see from him.
Hey, and you've had world-class speed for a number of years. I'm just wondering, at what point did you give up maybe potentially Olympic hopes to focus on football?
I would say it was around kind of last offseason, around like March, April, especially when the Olympics officially got canceled. That sounds like, you know what, I'm just gonna stick to football and try to get the best I can at football and improve my craft. And thankfully, it led to being able to have an opportunity with the Cleveland Browns.
At one point, though, were the Olympics a top priority for you?
They were never really a top priority for me, but it was always something that I wanted to train for when it came to that point.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Tom. Jeff Chanel, you're up.
Hey, Anthony, I have a couple questions. One, do you want to race Odell or JoJo or anybody on the team to show that you're the fastest?
I mean, I don't feel like I have to race them to show that, but if they want to, they want me to, if they want to test their speed against me, I'll be glad to do it.
And then the more important one is, what do you have to do to prove to the coaches and your teammates that you really are more than just a really fast guy?
I just have to show them out on the field my toughness, show them how I work, show them how I learn, and just show that I belong here.
Thank you, Jeff. Zach Jackson, go ahead.
Hey, Anthony, along those same lines, just curious, it's a crowded receiver room. So what has been the message from your coaches about what they need to see from you so you can get on the field right away this fall?
They just want to see more from me and not just being a speed guy, a guy that's just going to run verticals or run screens. They want to become a guy that can run every route in the route tree and that can develop into a top guy and not just a gadget player.
Thank you.
Thanks, Zach. We'll go to Daryl Ryder.
Hey, Anthony, saw you were training with Jarvis Landry after the draft. Just, what have you learned from him, and just, what's it like being around, a guy like that, and, what do you hope you can gain from spending so much time with him?
Just training with a guy like Jarvis is very good for my sense and just for everything really, because he's a great guy. He's good to be around. He kind of was one of the instrumental players in changing everything, and is one of the leaders on the team, and just kind of being able to pick his brain and kind of take some tip from them on what to expect, what they're expecting out of me, and what I can do to improve myself and improve just making that jump to the next level has been very good. And just seeing how hard he works out and trying to match him, trying to surpass him in terms of like working out, just showing them that like I'm here to work with you.
What's he told you about just playing in the NFL and how to be a successful player?
The main thing that he told me is just you got to take care of your body. Like he said, if he can go back, that's the one thing that he would do, just invest more in his body, taking care of it, because that can take you a long way. And then he said that, and then of course learning to play, staying in your playbook. So when you get called upon, when it's your time to go, you're not looking around looking lost. You're ready to go.
Thank you, Daryl. Mary Kay Cabot has our next question.
Yeah, just to follow up on that a little bit, most rookies that come into the NFL don't have an opportunity to work side by side with a 5-time Pro Bowler like that, who's also going to be your teammate. So when you look back, if you can get yourself on the field and do some good things this season, do you think that this time with Jarvis is going to be so invaluable for you in terms of just your development right away?
I think so, because especially like you said, working out with a 5-time Pro Bowler, a guy of his caliber, not everyone gets to do that. And I'm in the blessed opportunity that where I get to work at the same facility as him, and I got to know him a little bit more. And I feel like just learning from him is going to do a lot for me moving forward, and it can help me get a jump start on probably the rest of the rookies out there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary Kay. Tony Grossi, you're next.
All right, Anthony. I've seen you at Auburn wearing number 1 and number 5. How did you end up with number 10?
So number 10 is the number I wore pretty much all throughout Little League. And then I wore it my senior year of high school. And it's just always a number I just grew close to. There's not really like a specific meaning behind it, but I just kind of grew close to it growing up. And then being able to get my number back in the NFL is going to be a great thing. And then also 9 plus, I was picked 91, 9 plus 1 equals 10. So it kind of works out perfectly.
Okay. So number 1 was available though, right?
Right.
And that didn't appeal to you?
So number 1 would have been my second choice, but I always wanted to get my number 10 back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Nate Ulrich, you're up.
Anthony, I was wondering what Jarvis's reaction was when you guys have been working out and then you get picked by the Browns. And then has anything kind of changed in your workouts together? Has he been giving you a little more advice, a little more one-on-one time, knowing that, you're going to be out there with him this season?
Yeah, so when I first saw him again, he was like, congrats and let's get ready to go. We got a lot of big things ahead of us. And then just being able to now since we're on the same team, he could kind of walk me through what to expect. And he can take his time and walk me through just top of the routes and everything that comes in with route running and being a successful receiver in the NFL. And it's just been great to learn all that from him. And he's kind of took me on his wing. He'll send me an address, say, meet me here and we'll get some work in there. It's just great to have him, great to have a guy like that to kind of show me the ropes.
So he obviously feels like he can, offer some more tricks of the trade now that you're on the same side.
Yes, sir.
Did you know that Donovan Peoples-Jones trained with him last year also, and leading up to his rookie season, and that obviously Peoples-Jones had a pretty successful beginning, and is that encouraging to know that there is this track record of, hey, Jarvis can really help you?
I didn't know that, and especially seeing the season he had last year, he's able to blow up on the scene, and it's just kind of encouraging for me because now I know I'm on the right track, and especially with a guy like Jarvis, it's a perfect guy to learn from.
Thank you, Nate. Dan Lobby, go ahead.
Hey, Anthony. Something Jarvis is really good at, and something I know is sort of emphasized in this offense, and I think Chad O'Shea really kind of expects it, is receivers really being able to block downfield in the run game and things like that. Has that been brought up to you guys yet? And kind of where are you at as far as that part of the game is concerned?
We haven't talked into depth about that part of the game, but that's one of our 3 keys to playing receiver for us. And so I know it's something that I have to improve on, and something that I want to improve on, and it will help me get on the field more, help me stay on the field more. And I can't wait to start that part, and can't wait to just see the improvement from my college career to now in terms of blocking standpoint.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Dan. We'll go to Marla Ridenour.
Yeah, Anthony, one more thing about Jarvis. Is he really technical? How do you remember all this stuff? Do you have to write some of this down when you get home? You said he was a good person to learn from, but is he good to explain and, sort of break it down for you?
Yeah, so he breaks it down into kind of everyday receive kind of everyday terms. It's not he's not going into detail where you have to write down. He's going to tell you what you need to know, and he's going to make it easy to understand. He'll bring up examples and everything, just make it easy to understand. And then he always says at the end of the day, you're playing the same game you played your whole life. You just got to do this much more.
And do you feel like how much he enjoys this? Obviously you're not the first guy he's taken under his wing. So does he seem really joyful about the way he's doing this?
Yeah, he seems like he's a guy that loves to teach. He's very knowledgeable of the game. He knows a lot of things in this. He's happy to explain everything to me. He's always giving me pointers, always correcting everything that I need to do, and I really appreciate it from him.